Good evening, bud. This is Weedverine, and as I get things ready before I start making videos, I thought I'd just make a little blab about something I was thinking about. And I was thinking about marijuana being on the DEA's Schedule 1 for controlled substances, which I find quite strange. It says substances in this schedule have no currently accepted medical use in the United States, a lack of accepted safety for use under medical supervision, and a high potential for abuse. And I want to think about two things on Schedule 1 right now, which is marijuana and heroin. Now, so far in my life, I've met probably thousands of people who've interacted with cannabis in some way, form, or fashion, and guess what? Not one of them are dead on behalf of the plant. But I have known, and now miss greatly, a lot of people who have used heroin and no longer exist. Some of these people just went to dip a toe into it and ended up experiencing the scariest thing known to all humanity, which is death. I'm thinking about something Doug Stanhope said on Joe Rogan's podcast that I'll sort of paraphrase, which is the fact that if someone takes all of the misinformation about cannabis, like in the case of the DEA saying that it's right up there with drugs like heroin, and then that person smokes some weed with that bad information residing in their mind, they're likely to think this stuff isn't so bad at all. So everything else on this list that the DEA made must be just as safe. Now shoot some of that harmless black tar between my toes, you gotta die. And then there we go, more needlessly dead people. Now, people are responsible for their own actions, but the spreaders of bad information should also take a step back and look at the real damage and tragedy that could be caused by such carelessness. And I'm reading again on the DEA's website, substances in this schedule have no currently accepted medical use. There it is right there, still on the site, in an age where we are seeing this wonderful plant do many things for medicine. Some things do belong on that list. That can be very dangerous, don't get me wrong, but our little green friend does not belong there. There is real, scientific, peer-reviewed evidence all over the world for the efficacy of this plant for many different things. And this is definitely something I want to incorporate into future videos. One thing you won't hear from me is how there's a medical study out there where we are treating severe seizures in infants with heroin, because there's no such thing. But with conditions like that, we're seeing almost miraculous results using this plant. The battle, buds, is not nearly over, and I'm always terrified that any cannabis advocacy will burn out like a fad. So it's for people like you and me to keep the conversation going with good information. Remember, our greatest enemy on almost any subject, but in this case within people opposing legalization, is cognitive dissonance. I really want to make sure that everybody out there knows that I'm not some medical professional, and I'm not saying go out there and break the law and do drugs. What I want to be is an advocate for legalization of medical marijuana, but also for recreational. And that's an easy thing to say because of the evidence we're all seeing in states where it is legal to have recreational marijuana. Things seem to be doing fine. But in the end, being in Florida, I'm afraid we're going to be one of the last states to get it. But hopefully I'm wrong. As I get everything together for my channel, I'm all up for comments and suggestions and criticisms, whatever it might be. Shoot me a line and tell me what you think. See you next time.